Hello everyone, I'm Varsha and you are watching the series of success stories brought to you by Indian Achievers Forum. As you all already know, the series is all about the prominent achievers of our country who has made India proud in some way or the other. The main focus of our series is to make you all know about the achievements and success of our prominent guest. So today, in the same sequence, we have with us Mr. Yogesh Mehra, who is the founder and CEO of Tribe Student Accommodation. But before we actually move ahead in the conversation with him, let's have a look at a very small video telling you about what we actually do.
Indian Achievers Forum is driven by a full-fledged advisory board. The board consists of experienced personalities who have excelled in their respective careers. Together, the forum organizes conferences, events, workshops, exhibitions, trade shows and B2B initiatives in India as well as abroad. Where there is passion, there is achievement. And where there is achievement, there is Indian Achievers Forum.
Hello, Mr. Mehra, how are you?
Very fine. Thank you, Varsha. Thank you for having me over. It's really nice
Pleasure
to
is
meet you.
ours, sir. Same here, sir. Okay, so before actually starting the conversation, sir, please tell us something about you and your profession.
I am last 25 years in Pune in the real estate business. And before that, I was in the Middle East in Dubai in the furniture business. So now let's talk about the current thing. That last 25 years that I have been in real estate, I have been associated with some of the very, very premium brands that I worked with. And always my mindset was on the premium side of the housing, premium side of the real estate. So when then both my sons were studying in UK, and when they came back from UK, in the elder one came back in 2015, and the younger one came back in 2016-17. So we were thinking of doing something completely different in real estate, and that is how this was proposed to me by my younger son, Shantam Mehra, that Dad, why don't we, look at something like student hostels or student accommodation, because this was a product and a service which has direct relationship with the real estate. So I thought this was very good to start, and I was very excited, and I could see a huge scope in this kind of business and service going forward, because I saw that the Indian market was prepared now for something like this, considering that the average student spend that the parents do has gone up a lot in the last decade or decade and a half, and it is no more going to the dirty bathrooms and the dirty rooms. So there was a demand for this kind of a thing, and that's how we came up with the idea and we started working towards it.
Okay, amazing. So, Mr. Mehra, it's like I'm sure, like most, you must have also, faced some of the challenges in your journey of starting up with this business. So, kindly tell us about your challenges, please.
Yes, challenges are always there. There is no fun without challenges, because then there is no achievement, you know. Then it is something very simple. So challenges are fun, and so I always say, if you don't meet a challenge, you don't beat a challenge. So we met the challenge, and then we, of course, we've come out winners out of it. Now the challenges that we met was, of course, because the nature of business was such, the student housing, and since we were entering the premium segment, there wasn't any property available in this segment and the kind of properties that we wanted in India. It took me more than a year to look for properties that would suit our requirement, that would, create that kind of an environment and experience for the student that we wanted to give. So the biggest challenge was finding real estate, and then of course our first pioneer project that we did in Pune Viman Nagar, we had to take over a commercial building. We had to almost rebuild the entire interior and then make it into a hostel. Now, the other challenge that we faced was, convincing people. Because first of all, this was a new, see, anything new, whether from anybody when, the multiplexes came to India from single screen to move to multiplex, it takes time for people to understand that why should I be spending, three times the amount or four times the amount and going and watching the same movie. Or when, people had to move from high streets to malls, or when people had to move from, hailing a cab to a app like Uber and Ola. So it always happens. So we were prepared for it, and by virtue of my experience, I knew that it's going to take some time. So that was another challenge for us, that convincing people, first of all, that there is something known as organized student accommodation. People were used to that very typical hostel kind of a term. They were not used to this. What is student accommodation? Now, over and above that, to convince people that this is premium student accommodation. मतलब ये तो किसी ने सुना ही नहीं था. So it was very difficult to explain, but however, like I said, that once people start visiting, coming, seeing, and experiencing that what service you are providing, because end of the day, what we are doing is nothing less than a hospitality business. So this is just very much like it's a combination of real estate and hospitality. So once people came, they saw, and the students experienced, and the parents got the confidence. I mean, then there was no stopping for us.
Absolutely. Okay, so please tell us about the services that the organization provides.
Well, in terms of services, you see, almost you can say that when a student comes and lives with us, he or she has to only focus on their studies and nothing else. I'm of the belief, see, because both my boys studied abroad, and we traveled and we used to see, and of course, everybody, today's children, whether they've traveled, they've read, they watch television, they watch movies, they are on OTT platform, they watch serials like Friends, and they have so many other where they see the way international students or their peers, friends or cousins who are living abroad, the kind of lives that they lead. So, so we were very clear that when we are going to do this, we are going to not leave anything for the student to do, and more so the parent. So the services that we offer is anything from food, laundry, housekeeping, Wi-Fi, linen change, fitness center, gymnasium with a trainer, then events, entertainment. So these are all the facilities that we provided, and we thought that there was nothing left for the student to do, because they are coming here to study and not to manage a home. At age 18, it is difficult for a child to move to another city and to manage a home, who has not done. And Indian children are brought up differently as compared to in the West. So we made sure that we give them that comfort and variety of food and other facilities as well, like I mentioned.
Right. So, talking about the future goals, what further plans do you have for tribe student accommodation?
Well, tribe student accommodation, this has been an unfortunate year. Otherwise, we would have expanded in many other cities. So right now we are at three locations in Pune, and as we speak, we are signing up for another two or three in Pune. We already have one operational facility at Villeparle, Mumbai, near NMIMS. We are in the process of signing at least one or two more student accommodation at near Bandra, and we are looking at very seriously at a site near South Bombay and Kharghar. We have a site as we speak, interior work going on in Bangalore. We are seriously looking at Delhi, Noida. These are very big educational markets. And of course, we have one of a very exciting project coming up at Manipal, near Mangalore, Manipal city. That is going to be the largest facility that we are coming up with 1,600 beds on a single location. We are seriously looking at a location like Dehradun. Coming back to Manipal, we are doing this project considering that Manipal University has in excess of 35,000 students, and they have a lot of NRI and expat students as well. So the paying capacity and the standard of living of an average student at Manipal is very good. So we are coming up with facilities like 24 hours food court, a sports club, swimming pool, beach volleyball, and many such amenities which the student accommodation across India has not seen.
Amazing. And I wish you all the very best for all these plans of yours, sir.
Thank you.
Okay, so moving ahead, what are your feelings on winning this Indian Achievers Award?
Well, you see, any award, appreciation, even when a parent comes here and a small thing they tell, आपने बहुत अच्छा facility बनाया and we are very happy. That itself gives us so much happiness. And of course, when a third party, a neutral party like Indian Achievers Award validates our hard work and comes and we get this, and especially at such tough times when you keep hearing only bad news, this is a breath of big fresh air, and it only motivates us and it encourages us to keep doing better and better. And yes, I mean, awards are always welcome, and especially coming from this platform, it's highly inspiring.
And you surely deserve this, Mr. Mehra. Okay. So, talking about Atmanirbhar Bharat Abhiyan, an initiative taken by our Honorable Prime Minister Shri Narendra Modi ji, what are your views on it, and also how is your organization working towards it?
Well, this is a very interesting question, Varsha, and I'm so glad that you asked me this because I keep telling people, for me, the best way that we are contributing to the Atmanirbhar Bharat is by helping these students and this youth becoming independent and Atmanirbhar. When parents come here and they tell us, कि आप रूम सर्विस क्यों नहीं देते हैं, आपने रूम में इंटरकॉम क्यों नहीं लगाया है, आप ये हाउसकीपिंग सिर्फ ट्वाइस अ वीक क्यों रूम में देते हैं. So I tell them, I said, see, please don't forget that end of the day, these students are coming and staying in a hostel. And they have to experience the hostel life, which helps them become independent. Can you imagine what a wonderful feeling it is when two, individuals from different parts of India, different cultures, different, food habits, different sleeping habits, they come together and then stay in a room, and and hundreds of them are staying in the campus together. What kind of chemistry they form, what kind of experience they generate. And we see that these students at the end of the year, when they come in the beginning, they are, their mother is calling, अरे आज खाना ठीक नहीं था, or the student is saying, and by the end of the year they are so independent, and their everything is changed. They know in Pune city और बॉम्बे क्या कहाँ पे क्या मिलता है, वड़ा पाव कौन सा अच्छा मिलता है, और यहाँ पर मिसल पाव कहाँ अच्छा मिलता है. So they are completely independent. They are going out. We see the girls now, when they come, they are timid, and by the time in 1 year that they've lived here, they are going on bikes. They have made new friends. They have created a community of their own. So I think it is very, very important, Varsha, that this youth, which is brought up differently in the internet age, where everything is available to them on the click of a button on their mobile, has to experience this hostel life. This would give a completely different upbringing to an individual. And I think even if one gets an opportunity to stay within their own city in a hostel, they must experience this for at least 1 or 2 years, and stay in a hostel, because nothing can change you like the way a hostel life can change. So I think this is a very big contribution that we are doing through our, service of student accommodation by helping the youth become Atmanirbhar.
Absolutely, sir. Getting a taste of reality it is for the students who are
Absolutely.
staying in the hostel. Yeah. Okay, so now please tell us a bit about your social contribution too, sir.
You see, social contribution, we help a lot. I mean, my wife, you see, if you again ask me that, I don't really feel that only doing charity is social contribution. In fact, this would be an extension of the Atmanirbharta that we are doing by socially, supporting the students. I'll tell you, there are a lot of students who come to us, and, they are mentally disturbed, or they have certain personal issues. So we help them a lot to build that kind of confidence. Coming in touch and contact with this youth for such a long period of 1 year, and of course, when if they're doing their entire undergrads 3 years, and if they are doing something like architecture, law, or medical, it is 5 years. So when such a long period somebody is associated to you, there is a lot of bonding that happens, and we have seen that a lot of them have changed. And after coming over here, I feel we are adding a lot of value to their emotional side and building that kind of confidence in them. We have a lot of children who come with very low confidence over here. But by the time in few months and year, by the end of the year, we see that the confidence level has gone up so much. Okay, now they're ready to come onto the stage and dance, or they're ready to come onto the stage and talk, or say something, say a joke, or they have made so many friends, and someone who was so introvert in the beginning, I think this is also part of socially participating in the society. It is not only just running an NGO, because that is one part of it which we are doing it, and I don't want to talk about it. But I think this is far greater, because a youth, an individual, you building their confidence to from low to increasing it to a level where they're becoming independent and participating in so many other activities, and going forward in life when they have a job, and if the hardships come, I think this will help them achieve those challenges and move on with it.
Absolutely, Mr. Mehra. Okay, so before concluding our lovely session, what message or mantra you would like to give to our today's generation, who actually want to be successful in their life?
Oh, I'm so glad once again, Varsha, that you asked this question. It is my favorite answer. And every time, whether it is my children or the students who I talk to over here or who I interact with, I always tell you, see, today's children, again, I will come back to the same thing, are brought up differently, in the internet age, and it is not their mistake. They are born at this time and age, so it is fine. I think two most important things that they need to understand to achieve success in today's time is to accept failure and to embrace rejection. You see, they are from childhood, cajoled and taken care of by their parents in a very, very warm and a very nice way. The Indians, how we take care of our children, कि हर चीज उनको प्लेटर पे मिल जाता है. स्कूल जाना है तो मम्मी शर्ट आयन कर देती है, स्कूल जाने के पहले या कॉलेज जाने के पहले नाश्ता टेबल पे आ जाता है, और शाम को जब चाहिए अगर एक भाजी पसंद नहीं तो दूसरी बन जाती है, वो नहीं तो. द थिंग इज दैट व्हेन दे गो आउट and they face rejection, and it is very difficult for this youth to face rejection, and especially to come out of failure. It is these people think that every time, because of the social media, they are seeing people traveling the world, everybody is posting all good things and good stories on Instagram, Facebook. कोई डालता नहीं है फेसबुक के ऊपर कि आज मेरा जॉब चला गया, मुझे बहुत तकलीफ है, मेरे पास पैसे नहीं, या मैंने कोई बिजनेस चालू किया था, मैं उसमें फेल हो गया. Nobody puts that on Facebook or Instagram. Everybody talks only about their achievements, so they think that everything around them is good, which leads them to depression, and they are unable to accept that failure when they start something, or they are trying to maybe even in their basic college exams, they might do good in six, might not do well in one, but it is fine. They have to understand that you are a separate individual, so you have to accept rejection, you have to embrace failure. Okay, this is how you will grow in life, and only then you will be successful. Otherwise you will give up very soon, and the name of the game is the survival of the fittest. So how are you going to survive? If you fall down and you don't get up again and you don't accept failure, you will never be successful in life. So I think these are very important message that I would like to give the youth today.
वेरी वेल सेड मिस्टर मेहरा. अगर कोई रिजेक्शंस को एक्सेप्ट करना सीख ले तो वो लाइफ में ज्यादा ग्रो करता है, एंड दैट इज अ वेरी ट्रू स्टेटमेंट. ओके, सो थैंक यू सो वेरी मच फॉर बीइंग विद अस टुडे. इट वाज प्लेजर टॉकिंग टू यू मिस्टर मेहरा.
Thank you so much for having me over, Varsha. Pleasure. And once again, thank you very much for the award.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you.